What Paul is teaching us here in this passage is nothing new. He is repeating words that Jesus himself said, but giving a little bit more detail. And I think it's important to kind of talk about this. The golden rule is something that we all know to, treat others as you would like to be treated. But in my own experience in life and in working places, I have encountered people who haven't really understood what that meant. I remember working at some place where I was doing a training and they introduced me to the platinum rule because platinum is typically placed above gold. And this rule was treat others as they would want to be treated. Someone was being very, very witty there, and all I could think as a at that time, freshly out of Bible college, who had a major actually in these things, was wow, this person really doesn't know what they're talking about. And there's a reason for this. We tend to miss that the entire idea of loving your neighbor takes into account a bunch of things. It covers a lot. It doesn't just cover simply, treating them nicely. It does cover treating them in a way that they themselves would want to be treated, that they themselves would want to kind of experience that sort of relationship with another human being. It covers all of that, and it's why Jesus and Paul here are consolidating all of these commandments into that simple phrase, into that simple idea of loving your neighbor as yourself, loving them the way that you would love yourself. And that does require a level of empathy. Empathy is the idea that we kind of put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and then we react in that sort of way. And it's true that we can't be perfect at that. It's true that, if we just go off of our own assumptions of how we would be feeling that situation, we are going to make some mistakes. And, the easy way to kind of get around that is to ask that person, what they need from you, depending on the situation. But I think the effort to go and do that is not necessarily something that is bad. And it is indeed loving. It's something that we as a society really need to do. It's something that we as a society need to kind of keep in mind and continue doing. There is a lot of examples that we can look at throughout the world and within our own culture where we're ignoring this commandment to love others as ourselves. And it's something that we need to be reminded of. So in our own lives, as we go out into the world, I just ask that we all, take into account what other people are feeling and treat them with the love and the respect that they deserve. Amen. And now I'd like to invite you all to join me for our last worship song today.